If you're a business owner, you don't need us to tell you running a business is tough. Don't let QuickBooks and spreadsheets slow you down anymore. Now is the time to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle, the world's #1 cloud business system. NetSuite gives you the visibility and control over your financials, HR, inventory, e-commerce, and more. Join the over 21,000 companies using NetSuite right now. Schedule your free product tour right now at netsuite.com/C-suite. netsuite.com/C-suite. If you're a business owner, you don't need us to tell you running a business is tough. Don't let QuickBooks and spreadsheets slow you down anymore. Now is the time to upgrade to NetSuite by Oracle, the world's #1 cloud business system. NetSuite gives you the visibility and control over your financials, HR, inventory, e-commerce, and more. Join the over 21,000 companies using NetSuite right now. Schedule your free product tour right now at netsuite.com/C-suite. netsuite.com/C-suite.
Welcome back to the Superhero Homies podcast. My name is Quentin, and as always, I am here with the homie Kevin.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how you guys doing tonight? What's going on? Or today? I'm not limiting you guys to when you can listen. What's going on, guys? How you doing, Q?
I'm living.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to do.
Still alive. So far, I haven't been able to successfully program my consciousness into the computer.
Okay.
So that it can still continue on without me.
So, Transcendence.
Essentially.
Or, was that the name of that movie?
Yeah, the Johnny Depp one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Did you watch that?
I did not.
Me neither.
And there you have it.
Great conversation.
A short review by the homies.
All right, that's a wrap.
But yeah, guys, we just finished watching Harley Quinn episode 9, titled "A Seat at the Table."
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, what you think of this one?
Dude, it left me sad, man. It's a great episode. So that's not why I'm sad, guys, because quality-wise, the episode was awesome. It continued the overarching story super well. It's just like they did such a great job of having like this crescendoing dramatic thing going for them. And it's like, ow, you assholes. I already was craving another episode. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, oh, I can't not sit on the story with it like this. I need the rest of it.
Right.
Dadgummit, man. But the show is great. It's been great. It's we already know these guys know what they're doing writing wise. They've shown that off.
Yes.
And it's just been a strong show. Episode 9 is no exception. What about you, man?
I loved it. Thoroughly enjoyed this episode.
Hell yeah.
I mean, this episode really kind of showed off how in the span of the previous 8 episodes, they've been able to kind of sink their hooks into me to the point where I'm invested.
Yeah.
Like all the way. It's not just the jokes that are funny, that are landing. It's not just them, using the canon to tell the jokes either. It's the fact that they have, built this kind of pseudo DC universe where everything going on here, I am fully invested in, and I want to see where it goes.
Hell yeah. And that's a good way to put it. I mean, if you guys couldn't tell, so am I. I'm also invested at this point. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This one, I felt was more straightforward than some of the other episodes. Like, this one didn't really so much have a B. It had a short B plot. It was there.
It was there. It had more like a B problem. It's like almost a plot,
right? But
they had so much focus on the main that the problem just became a branch off of the main problem of the main plot. Excuse me, I'm getting my P's mixed up. But no, overall it was a dope episode. It didn't really need a B plot so much, but it served its purpose here and kind of helped further drive home the point and the problem with plot point A, which of course we're gonna tell you guys about.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
I figured since, kind of like you mentioned, the B plot was more like a P problem, like a blimp on the map here. We can just kind of talk about that one in tandem with the A plot as it comes along.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Since it's kind of just such a short little interlude. But a seat at the table, very aptly named. The ending of the last episode, we saw Harley Quinn get inducted into I almost said the Justice League, into the Legion of Doom.
That's a really messed up plot line. No, Legion of Doom, the LOD. And I loved how the beginning of the episode is like this old school, like 80s, 70s hokey little introduction video like you would see in like a safety course at work. Oh, hello, I didn't see you there. So you're a new inductee into the Legion of Doom. Well, my name's Lex Luthor. And the text pops up on the screen. Lex Luthor, supervillain.
It was a great introduction. And it was really just one of those super corny, like, if you've ever been hired on at a job that hasn't updated their HR video in 30 years, this is what it would be. And it was great. You know, it kind of made me think about something else, too. The best part of X-Men Apocalypse actually wasn't anything in the movie. It was the vignettes, the commercial they used to promote the movie, and it was shot very much like this scene with Lex Luthor, but it was I think it was mostly focused on Jubilee, kind of giving like a tour of the mansion of the school. And that's
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was really good actually. Because at that point, the X-Men universe took place in the 80s, and so they had that kind of stylized feel to it.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was great, and that's almost all we saw of Jubilee. Now I'm sad.
Dang.
Anyways, but back to Harley though. That intro video was great. They even had like the corny theme, music and everything.
They really did, man.
You gotta have it. You gotta have it.
And they also had like the second person style of movie where it's like it's talking to you and Lex is just looking at you like, so hey, why don't you get with the other inductees and get ready because you're, and the video ends and the curtains open, in the Legion of Doom.
Yes. Yeah, it was a great lead in.
Yeah.
I do wonder, what in the world did Dr. Psycho say to Black Manta?
Well, we do know apparently it wasn't racist.
Apparently. Allegedly.
Allegedly. I mean, Psycho is kind of a sexist and racist angry being, so
yeah.
He is
for a man with telepathy, he can't read a room that well.
I think that is the beautiful irony of his character.
Yes.
Yeah. Tony's doing a great job. I'm almost ashamed to say that whenever we first began doing the show that I was a little worried for his voice acting for this character. But nah, dude. Tony Hall is killing it with this guy.
He's killing it, man.
We already knew Alan Tiddick would kill it with his multiple roles in this show. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man.
But no, so we get that, and then we go back to like the induction ceremony, and Joker gets up and he says a few words. And when he gives his speech, he's very befriending of Harley Quinn. Like he's saying like a lot of right things. He's not being overtly nice. He's not putting too much, but he's putting enough on it for Harley to be kind of flattered. He's playing his cards right to do what he wants to do.
Yep. He at this point here, and other points of the episode, it's not as apparent, but at this point, you could kind of see the actual criminal mastermind side of him, where there's like an actual plan behind the madness almost. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's beautiful because at this moment, it's so funny that it's just like you're buttering her up, and at the same time, though, on our own advocate side there, I feel like it was pretty easy to butter Harley up. I feel like she was kind of like lingering for it as well to hear what the Joker had to say.
The most ironic part about that is this is exactly what Joker did in the first place to get Harley, and the fact that she's essentially falling for the same things again. Mm-hmm. Like, it really isn't that far-fetched, even for, like a comedy animated show like this, if you think about it. Like, for all the flaws that Suicide Squad had in it, one thing I thought they did really well was showing us kind of that backstory of Harley and Joker and how he just subtly and over time won her over.
Yeah.
Just by laying the charm on. And doing that slowly over time and building up that rapport, and here Joker's just doing that again, and it as we find out, it works.
Yeah. It's a very careful manipulation that he has, and unfortunately Harley is susceptible to it.
And unfortunately, Unfortunate, but yeah. But so also want to talk about Bane's magic trick because I don't think that they're giving Bane the attention he deserves. I want to see his magic tricks.
Right.
Pick a card.
Yes.
Is this your card?
No.
Fuck.
This was kind of a Bane heavy episode.
It was. I was happy to see him actually.
Yes.
Yeah, because one of the first episodes we get him in is very early on, where it's like, "What are you doing? I ordered the beef." No. What?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I'll eat the chicken. Well, then what? What are we doing?
Yeah. Episode 2. Yes.
Yep. That was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we get the scene with Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn having their quote unquote makeup over there since their big fight.
Yeah.
What'd you think of this scene?
Well, don't feel like it has to be something original, guys, because at this point you can kind of already feel the ingredients being mixed in the pot. You can kind of tell a little bit what they're going to do with the story at this point. However, both the actresses do a great job of making the scene work, you know? Because you can kind of sit down at the coffee shop and say to yourselves, wait a minute, this isn't the apology that Poison Ivy deserves at this point. This isn't the makeup that they both need. Like, this isn't the total conclusion to helping each other remedy their situation. This is almost like a Band-Aid conversation. And I'm sure many of us know those all too well, where it's like, well, I don't feel like I got the real heart of the issue out, but okay, yeah, sure, let's work together. Let's do this not evil thing and go do this plant heist real quick.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it felt like, but that's what it was supposed to feel like. And again, we've seen that story before, but both of these characters, both of these voice actresses did a great job of carrying that out and made it very natural because it was such a grounded and real thing, you know? Yeah, dude, I dug it, and Poison Ivy's right. That shit she was doing wasn't evil. So it's like, no, we're not plotting something here because it's not evil what I'm doing. What they're doing is fucking the planet up. Yeah.
So it was very, very interesting, you know, with Poison Ivy and the way that she goes about her plans, because she's typically right on paper. What she's doing isn't evil. It's how she always goes about it, which typically includes a lot of human death.
Right. You know, there's an old episode, guys, that we did a long time ago. What makes a great villain? And that's one of my favorite episodes to date. And I think it'll always have a soft spot in my heart because that's where we break down the science behind most good villains have great intentions. Oh, fuck. I know I'm going to mess it up, but Ernest Hemingway has a very cool saying that really helps to introduce the point and drive it home.
Get money, fuck bitches. That was that was a great quote. And I was
that was Old Man in the Sea, right?
Yeah.
Old Man was just like, fuck fishing, man. Get money, fuck bitches. Don't quote us. Don't quote us on that. You will fail your high school projects or your college exams, whatever have you.
But you'll pass in life.
You will pass in life. This is true. Which is another ironic, poetic point, but this is not the time to drive that home. No, but he said... even the most insane mind begins with innocence. And I'm paraphrasing there, so don't look it up and damn me if it's not word for word, but that is, in essence, the exact thing he is saying there. Even the most insane of minds begin with innocence. My perfect example of Magneto, he had a righteous anger, which is a hard anger. It's a rare anger. Not many people are righteously angry. Anger for the right reasons. Like, oh, hey, I was part of the Holocaust. People are fucking each other over here. That's wrong. Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I get behind that. We all can get behind that. Don't fuck each other over. Love each other. You know, come on. We all got to share this place and our space together here. Come on. Poison Ivy's kind of doing something similar. It's like, plant life doesn't need to be fucked over. Stop running all this over with tractors and knocking down all the trees. We can only do so much to this planet. Come on.
Yeah.
It's the method that makes it evil. Right. And that's what you're saying, and that's what I'm explaining here.
Yes.
Because I love that point, dude. Where it's
great.
like, I'm on track with you, I'm on track with you. And what makes you a villain or an anti-hero in certain technical cases is whenever there's a hard pivot of mentality. When you can see them traveling down this mental road, if you will, on a long and force-driven just highway where there's thick trees in both directions, and you see the thought process, and it's so clear. The road is so open. It's only you, and then all of a sudden they take a hard right into the fucking trees.
Yes,
and that's where it's like, okay, They don't need to do this to the plant life. Why is Wayne Industry or Gotham? Yeah, Gotham City. Why is Gotham City mowing all this shit down just to make parking lots? That's wrong. We don't need to let them do that. I'm going to stop them. I'm going to go fuck them up with my plant meta-human powers. And it's like, oh, whoa, you drove into the trees. You pivoted off the path. But I loved it.
Yeah.
I did.
Hopefully, whenever we inevitably surely get another Harley Quinn live-action movie appearance to kind of veer off in that direction with the character.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, so this entire makeup scene, though, I thought was a really good scene, a really cool scene, because it's... honestly, I didn't expect that we get here that quickly, but then, of course, by the time you get to the end of the episode, you know, we're kind of back to square one. A little bit worse, actually.
Right? Yeah. We take a few steps back. However, one interesting note that this whole season of television has done is they have done a very interesting play on their own pacing. It surprised me as well to see it happen so quickly, but it didn't make me uncomfortable because they've been kind of flying that, you know, not breakneck speeds, but they have been flying at that hasty pace since episode 1, you know? So, you know, I didn't mind it.
Yeah. I mean, had we not gotten the, you know, the big, you know, third act plot at the end, then I would feel some type of way about it.
Oh, yeah. No. That wouldn't have worked. Yeah,
because it would have just been way too quick.
Like, no, at that point it's like, pointless, okay, you're throwing away your power, your drama that you're building. Yeah,
it would have been like a pointless thing to do to have them fall out at the end of episode 8 if they just make up at the beginning of episode 9.
That's dumb. Yeah. But luckily, they used it pretty well instead.
Yeah, they did. And it wasn't like they were back to being square A-OK best friends. It was one of those tentative things where, you know, they kind of danced around each other's feelings a little bit, and, you know, to kind of apologize, Harley agreed to do this job with her. And it wasn't like they were back to being, you know, how they were before the whole LOD thing went down. But
you could tell there's still some issues on both ends.
Yeah. Yep. So how do you think, really quickly, just for my own curiosity's sake,
sure,
how do you think that we would handle a situation where there was like a third party that one of us couldn't stand? You know, like if you had a friend that I just did not fucking like.
Okay, so in other words, I'm the Harley Quinn in the situation.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're the Poison Ivy.
I think that's reasonable.
Oh, fuck that, man! How come you get to be level-headed? Get out of here. You probably would be a little bit more level-headed. Let's be honest. I don't know. We've known each other for too long that I feel like if another friend had that effect, it's like I know you and trust you too much to where it's like, you think so? You got a point? Okay. I mean, yeah. You know what? You got a point, Q. Let me kind of sever this a little bit, you know.
Or would you further Harley Quinn that moment and just tell me that, and then go and do whatever the fuck you're gonna do anyway?
If the friend was a hot woman, then yes. Yes.
Kind of figured.
Yep.
Just want to make sure. I want to see where we were at.
Well, what if the roles were reversed, my friend? If I was level-headed and you were the Harley?
Well, now that's completely illogical, Kevin. So we're gonna move on.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But
I'm glad we're on the same page, buddy.
We get another really cool scene here where Harley gets her office, and then the rest of her squad, they're taken down to like the goon basement, which I kind of hope we can explore it a little bit more in the couple episodes.
Yeah.
To see what all's down there and who all's down there, you know. Too bad like this isn't Marvel. I know we see like Hydra Agent Bob down there.
Right, yeah. Hydra Agent Bob.
Yeah. But
wonder if we'll ever see Kite Man down there.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean it's weird because he's not a goon, but he's
better than a goon, but he's not a super villain. He's that awkward in between, you know? It's like he's a Frosty.
He's a Frosty.
He's not ice cream, but he's not a milkshake.
Yeah, you don't know what the fuck he is.
I just saw look at the stain on your guys.
I hate Frosties.
He hates Frosties. He does, guys.
Frosties are the fucking devil. Because it's like, well, do I drink you with a straw? Oh no, the consistency's too thick. Do I eat you with a spoon? Oh, well, you sloppy. the fuck is this?
But they taste good.
If I want something that knows what the fuck it is. That's all I want. And Kite Man doesn't know what the fuck he is.
Oh,
apparently.
wait, okay. Guys, I've already tried, trust me. Frosties are pretty dope. I got no problem with them. They're cool with me.
Fuck a Frosty.
Buddy, you're my friend.
Snowman included.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I had to go back to Christmas
There
memories.
you
I already
go.
put those away for the year. Yeah. All right.
Oh man, but no, this goon basement looks trash. And as soon as they get down there, they're approached by Bane. And the first, you're wondering, the hell is Bane doing down here?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, goons. You all are coming with me.
Yeah.
How's my Bane, by the way? I'm talking into my elbow to get the voice right, guys.
It's interesting. Like, it's half Bane, half Dracula.
I don't know what you're talking about. I want to talk about.
Yes.
My elbow. There we go.
And yeah, but Bane, he doesn't proposition them. He tells them what's happening. You're gonna help me blow up the smoothie shop with this kid named what? Brad? Todd. Was it Todd? Okay.
It was Todd.
It's
yeah.
always Todd.
Freaking Todd. That's a reference.
And all because Todd keeps getting Bane's name wrong, calling him Bang.
Hey, ice. What kind of shop was it? A Froyo place or something?
It was a smoothie place.
A smoothie place?
Yeah.
Tropical smoothie for Mr. Bang. Come on, Todd. You know who I am. You know my name's not Bang. Whatever, Mr. Bang.
Yo.
I love how
Yes.
Bane's stuff is just like all the shit that he does is stuff that we do. All the shit that we see him involved with is just like common stuff that any of us would be frustrated at.
Exactly.
But we would roll our eyes at it or just like mutter under our breath at it. And Bane's just like, I will explode you.
Yes. It's like, I mean, Bane, not only is this unnecessary, you literally have the power and the ability to pick this kid up by the neck and break his fucking back.
Yep.
Like,
That's a reference.
yes. with zero effort. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
Bane could literally fold this kid in half like about 7 times.
Yeah. First off, it's so fucking bizarre. It's so out of place how it's done. I love it. I do. Bane, a super criminal, someone who is quite capable, even in the atmosphere of this television show, where everything is a little bit more whimsical and comedic. He's a law-abiding citizen enough to properly go and purchase his wings at the bar or his smoothie at the smoothie stand. Like, Bane, the fuck, man? You're supposed to be a supervillain.
Yeah.
You go in there. Are you paying for this?
This is all very, it's kind of funny because they almost incorporate like every single kind of villain aspect of the show like that. Like it's another branch of society that's just been integrated. So
Like early on, episode 2, all the villains are just like, "Hey, are you going to the bar mitzvah party of Penguin's nephew later on? I was thinking about it, but I'm really not interested." Yeah.
Yeah, all
It's
kinds of stuff like that.
The fuck is that? That sounds like a clique. That sounds like friends are like, "Oh man, you're gonna go to Angela's work party, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna go."
I was thinking about it. I mean,
Yeah.
I heard there's going to be an open bar. So.
Oh, well, okay. I'll make an appearance. But we're supervillains and we're killing people at the same time.
Right.
By the way, Angela, good luck during that work party.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's on you now.
And of course, the crew was like, "No, Bane, we don't work for you. We work for Harley." And then Bane reveals, "Well, no, down here in the basement villain cellar, you there's like a work program released, and then you work for whoever wants you."
Now, this is where I started thinking too much about it, because early on in this episode tonight, guys, you and I, we began joking about the B, quote unquote, problem that they had, more or less. This is kind of what you were talking about.
Yes.
Okay. Because a C problem, the poison ivy. And I started thinking, like, oh yeah, I guess that technically could be one too.
That's
but they
even
both
smaller.
Served,
yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
But they both still served to be more supporting beams to the the main plot.
Yeah. Like the overall gist of both of those, Ivies and the gangs was the fact that they were both let down severely by Harley. She let them both down to go hang out with the Joker. It's
Bitch move.
Bitch move. Dick move.
Yeah. Bros before hoes, and Joker is the hoe.
Hell yeah.
That goes on a t-shirt.
That should. But no, so then we get like the board meeting where they're all sitting around trying to figure out where their next act of villainy is going to be. And of course, Joker makes a suggestion of building a tower with his face on it, and the mouth opens up and there's a giant TV that drops down, and he threatens Gotham City, yada yada, you get the rest. And he goes, I need about $800 million to do it, but I can do it for $6. And Scarecrow's especially sucking him off for this scene. Mm-hmm. Scarecrow is all about it, but everybody raised their hands.
That's a good price.
Yeah, everybody raised their hand except for Harley, who is thankfully speaking not only for herself but also for us as the audience as well, by pointing out how ridiculous that is.
First off, it's not that good of an idea.
It's not.
Yeah, dude. It's like, what the fuck are you supposed to do with the tower? Does it release a gas? Does it?
Right. What does it do?
Yeah.
Besides, I mean, because he brings up a great point. Why don't you just hijack the airways,
another tower, or something,
and broadcast yourself on TV that way?
Because Harley, everyone else has already done that.
Yeah. And it's like, well, there's cheaper ways to be a super film.
Shut up, Quentin. You don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, it's just that I've read a lot of comics, Joker, and I feel that like I have a lot of expertise in this field. Like, I've seen some really successful things being done before, and I feel that like I bring a lot to the table here. If you just give me the chance, I can really help you out with your game here. You're not even trying to...
Lex, we're going to build this tower.
No, wait
I want it in the middle of the city.
Wait a minute,
Killer
Lex.
Park if you must.
No, wait, stop.
Ooh, everything bagel. How's my Joker, by the way? It wasn't my worst. It wasn't my worst.
It was good.
It was, yeah?
It was...
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Attempts, guys. Attempts. Don't mind me. I'm just being... I'm having fun.
We're having fun.
Let me know what you guys think, please. Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways. Normally I suck at accents and voices, so...
And then the next kind of big thing we get here is, Joker inviting Harley to the work dinner. Woo. And then we can just kind of go ahead and segue into that scene.
Yeah.
So this
No. Work drink.
Work drink.
Quote unquote. Because we all know what that means. Quote unquote.
Some heavy quotation marks around here.
There's a big ass quotation marks. Like, you gotta bench those.
Yeah, they're weighing down the sentence.
That was a good pun. That was a good pun.
Thank you.
You don't have to go to bed yet.
Okay, good. I get one more.
No, you good. That you earned.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here's a cornerback on the card.
But so at this work function, this work drink function, with just the two of them, of course. I mean, because like I feel like in that situation, like if you approach an ex in that manner and you guys were together, like even if your intentions, well, his intentions weren't pure, obviously, but regardless, I think that the way you do it the best is you at least invite one or two other people so you can call it like a brainstorming
right,
session.
So you can play it off.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. At least pretend to not flirt. Come on,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, invite some non-threatening bros.
Yeah.
Like Bane in this case is a great example.
Maybe even invite Cheetah, so there'd be another woman in the party to...
That'd be interesting. Yeah. I'd like for there to be a cheetah in the show, but yeah.
Oh, I saw her, and she was at the end of the table at the board meeting.
Oh, okay. Which makes sense, because she's another OG member of the Legion of Doom as well. Yeah. But anyways.
The old Super Friend days. Solomon Grundy want pants too.
Solomon Grundy want pants too. Back when the Legion of Doom came out of a swamp and not like a nice little pond. Because they very much relocated.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But no, so at this work scene here, like, it quickly turns to flirtation. Joker, he's still more overtly now complimenting Harley and flirting with her and saying all the right things. I mean, in a way, it does kind of make sense because who there knows her better than him?
No, that's very true. And unfortunately, who's better at that level of manipulation than him, because... Guys, we all know the character of Harley Quinn, and this show, one thing that's doing very well is holding to certain flames and certain characteristics of each of these characters religiously.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in this case, Harley Quinn, she's always never perfectly gonna be over the Joker, and so it wasn't exactly a home run hit, just set up waiting for him like a T-ball stand, but he didn't have to work very hard either to press the right buttons, to say the right things, to throw the right game out. His game, he was spitting, he hardly had to work for it, in other words. And that's no insult to Harley.
Right.
Unfortunately, that's just a careful compliment, if you will, to the manipulation powers and abilities and the damn fucking charisma of the Joker. Especially, like you were just saying, for a character that he knows so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, now, not to get a little too real here for a second, but
Oh no,
you know,
get weird.
I meant to say real, but weird came out. Both.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly
really,
real.
really weird.
Yeah.
Real.
But you know, you look at situations where, you know, people always kind of bash like women when they go back to men that have abused them. And like, why would you go back to him when you know that he's a piece of shit? You know he did this, that, and the third to you, and you went back to him anyway. This is all on you at this point. Like, and like, I think the thing of it is, like, to a certain extent, like, abuse can become like a form of Stockholm syndrome to an extent. Not to the I mean, and maybe a little bit of that, a lot of bit of that happened with Harley for sure.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
It's
a touchy situation, and it's one that I'm not afraid to say that I don't have much understanding in, because thankfully that's not a trial that has been put in my life. So I don't really know what to say about that. You know, obviously I would love to give some type of, I don't know, friendly advice, I guess, but this isn't the place for that. Obviously, we're not those guys.
Well, I mean,
I just don't know. So.
Well, it's like for me, like whenever I abuse a woman for a long time, I
no,
always,
Q, go the fuck to bed.
Oh.
Okay, you crossed the line. Give me the coroner back.
Damn it! I was doing so
You're done
good.
fucked up. Give me the
Oh,
notebook.
man.
You're done. You're done, brother. You're fucked up.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of her next time.
No,
I see her, 'cause this is her fault now.
Okay. Now wait a minute. Okay, all jokes aside, correct that shit.
It's a joke, guys. I don't beat women or
Thank you.
or anybody. Jeez.
Okay, thank you. We need to make it blatant.
Fuck that.
Right? Yeah.
But no, anyways, they end up on a cruise ship and they throw a couple overboard. A really pretentious couple. She's eating that steak with the fish for blah blah blah.
It's like, of all the problems you have right now in life, this is on your list.
Yes, you have two psychopathic serial killers in front of you.
Right. Who took your boat, who tied you up.
Yes.
In the middle of the fucking water. I'm guessing the ocean.
Right.
And...
well, you know, maybe if your mindset is, oh, I know the situation, I'm going to die. I might as well, like I'm not gonna live. So let me go down to like my next highest problem that I see here.
I mean, maybe at that point, my next highest problem would be like, all right, honey, we're gonna die.
I slept with the babysitter.
Confessions. That's a good go-to.
That's a good one.
I was gonna say, all right, try to wrinkle out your cell phone. So we can either try to call 911 because that's reasonable, right? That's a last ditch attempt.
Could you imagine being at the other end of like Gotham PD, like, oh, the Joker has you. Unless Batman gets there, you're gonna die. we don't have the resources to come get you or the time.
Oh no! Here's the setup. Okay. You're the person. You're the rich person on boat. Okay.
right,
you're calling me. Okay. You somehow. Here's your scene, guys. We're gonna play the game real quick. Bear with us. Hopefully it's fun. You tell us. You just wrinkled out your cell phone. You just wiggled enough for it to fall out of your pocket, and you had just the what is that? The left hand here, because it fell out your right pocket. So you have your left hand, and you're calling 911 successfully, discreetly. Okay, it's ringing. 911, Gotham. What's your emergency?
Yes, me and my wife were on our yacht, and the Joker and Harley Quinn they came
Oh,
and
whoa,
we're held
whoa,
hostage.
whoa, whoa,
We're
whoa.
off of Gotham Bay, and we're about.
Okay. I need you to calm down. Okay, I need you to calm down.
Please
You
send
said you're
help.
on your yacht in the middle of the water, right?
Yes.
Okay, what body of water?
Joker and Harley, whichever one is off of fucking Gotham. I don't.
Okay, wait. You said you're on your yacht, body of water, excuse me. Okay. So how far out are you?
We're really far out, but so please just
Okay.
send all the units you can. Send the helicopters.
Okay.
If
We'll send some boats and everything. Are there any other men manning the boat? Anything like that? Are you okay? Are you able?
It was just me and my wife. We're tied up, and Joker and Harley, they're here.
Whoa. Did you say Joker and Harley?
Yeah, Joker and Harley Quinn. Yeah, they're here, and they've tied us up, and we really need you guys to come out here ASAP. I'm so glad I was able to.
The number you've called is no longer in service. What you don't know is on his end of things. Oof, guys, this rich couple, they fucked up. they oof.
Oh, and on top of that, Joker's like, they hung up on you, didn't they?
They always hung up on you. That turned a little Australian at the end there. I lost it.
Yeah.
They always hang up on you. Crikey, mate. I'm the Joker.
I think you kept the boomerang.
Actually, there you go. That's what I need to say I'm trying to do.
But
Anyways, fun and games.
Yep. Batman shows up, of course, after the couple gets thrown off the boat. They were on a life raft, so I guess they
were pretty damn lucky. They're probably going to live because they're throwing on a life raft.
Yeah.
If someone gets them in time.
They could still potentially have their cell phones on them.
Or hopefully they can get themselves free from the ropes and somehow be able to Oliver Queen the situation. Who knows? Yeah, there you go.
Batman shows up, and at this point, Joker, he summons his helicopter again, and Harley begins to get PTSD as she remembers the shit that Joker did to her previously. But then instead he invites her to come on. You coming or not? And at this point, she's just head over heels.
Because he says the same thing.
Yeah, same shit.
Now, putting as much as I would just love to be able to take you with me, you know, and then that's
so I
what
will. Yeah.
It's just, yeah. In the first episode, he says that, and he goes, "But I just know how much you would love to be a distraction, so I can get away while you deal with the Batman."
Yeah. I'll get you later tonight. Oh, no, wait a minute. I'll come get you tomorrow after breakfast. That's something going on. And then a fucking year later.
Yeah, and then a year later, Poison Ivy frees Harley. Yeah.
Great shit.
Very great shit.
But no, so they get away in the helicopter, and it's at this point where he continues to ooh and ah her, and then we get the makeout scene.
Yep.
And then we get the betrayal.
Was it a surprise to you that they began making out in this episode?
No.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Yeah.
As soon as we saw like a little bit of the preview, I was surprised it didn't happen at the table.
Right.
Yeah.
But then, of course, as the Batman is chasing, and it's really funny, and I doubt that the show went for this. Maybe they did go for this, but like as soon as like the bat plane shows or the bat jet shows up, I'm like, Joker, you're in a fucking rinky-dink helicopter. Like, there's no way that you can escape Batman in this helicopter, in this jet. And then Joker at the same time is like, well, gotta go, Harley. And, fucking Spartak pushes her out the side of the helicopter.
Gets himself a little bit of a makeout, and then, all right, see you later, Harley.
Yeah. And this was a really fun, or really good scene here, because, like, they kind of cut the music and gave us, like, a bunch of, like, cute flashbacks as we could kind of see the betrayal on Harley's face.
And it's an interesting betrayal because it's a re-betrayal that she knew.
Yeah.
It's a betrayal that she's already experienced once, but at the same time, it's a betrayal of self. The worst kind, where it's like, I told myself I was stronger than this. I told myself that I would stay away from this situation. In her case, the Joker, that I wouldn't get back involved with him. Here I am, making the same fucking mistakes. Have I really changed at all? Have I grown? And I kind of feel like the action that she took there, just kind of like to curl up, both, for survival, for falling in fucking water from that height. Sure, that's smart. But it was more than that, It was like I don't know, withdrawing back almost into herself, like, oh fuck, I haven't changed. And that's kind of like the look of defeat we get, because that was like the perfect action for her to do after reliving these memories, after going through this flashback here. Yeah, it just really worked. Yeah, and it was a sad moment. They played it correctly, dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah. In another universe, I think it also would have been kind of fun to see, or like if they did reunite, like if for like an episode or two, and we're back on their old bullshit, and then he did it again. That would have been fun to see too. Like, how does Poison Ivy and the crew handle that situation?
Yeah, kind of like drawing it out. You mean?
Yeah,
that would have been really good. Yeah.
But alas, Batman makes the save, and then Harley doesn't really want to hang around, so she falls to the water. But meanwhile, with the B plot, at this point, we have the gang and Bane all in a van, and everyone except for King Shark. He's inside the smoothie shop right now.
What's taking him so long? Why is he taking so long planting this explosive?
Well, probably because he's not a demolitions expert. He's a shark.
Well, I hope he's done. Goodbye, Todd.
Like, fucking A, Bane.
Right?
But I feel like this show, the writers are smart enough that it seems like maybe they took cues from like the Dark Knight Rises on this. Remember the beginning of the movie? Oh, brother, one of us must stay behind in the wreckage. They'll be expecting them.
I wonder if that's what they were going for. Oh, because that's awesome. We already saw them make a reference to Bane's actions in the Batman movie, so that doesn't surprise. I'm gonna call it that just because that makes me happy.
It makes me happy too.
I don't know if it's what they meant to do, but that's dope.
Yes.
That's layered. Yeah.
But no, he hits the button, and the first thing we see is
fucking Finn spinning like a shuriken ninja dart thrown out of the coffee or the smoothie shop and pierce the daggum windshield. Just like, whoosh, ah! Is that a Finn?
Is that a fucking Finn?
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
I thought we lost Shark. I thought Shark died, son.
Oh shit! Thankfully, King Shark did not die, but he did have to go to the hospital to get his fin surgically or put back on.
I'm on a lot of morphine right now.
Yeah.
Everything is great.
Everything is great. Oh shit! And it's also in the hospital scene where we get Poison Ivy. She shows up because, of course, she had her own scene previous to this, where she was going to pull off the heist.
Yep.
Frank was giving her a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, Frank played a comedic part, of course, because Frank, he's an awesome houseplant.
Yep.
But at the same time, Frank also kind of helped play to be the mirror for Poison Ivy to kind of like bounce her feelings off of and realize what she herself is involved with. This was a good episode because it was the first time we saw Poison Ivy unsure of herself.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
She's normally the anchor, and Harley's been the one that's unsure.
Yeah, she's been, the house built upon the rock here, where it's like, okay, no, Harley, don't fuck around. This is why we're doing this. You're going away from Joker because of this,
Right.
Whereas in this case, it's like, fuck, did Harley betray me? Am I just going to go do this alone? I mean, and we see that doubt, that uncertainty, even that lack of confidence leaking into her personality, and it's intriguing. It humanized her character a bit.
It did.
Yeah.
But of course, Harley doesn't show. This is doing the dinner scene with Joker, or the work drink scene with Joker, where Harley gets a text from Poison Ivy asking where she at. She's about to pull off the big heist or whatever, and of course she gets stood up.
Yep. Oh, I'm held back by some Legion of Doom stuff. Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
But then Poison Ivy, she shows up at the hospital, to be there for King Shark. She heard what happened. And she's there and she's asking, so where's Harley? She's still being held up with the LOD stuff. And the crew was like, no, we haven't heard from her in a while. She said that she was going to fix the situation so we won't have to be in the situation in the first place.
So we wouldn't have to be leased out to other people. Yeah.
I do also think it's funny how Bane just wasn't there, like just didn't give a shit.
Right. He's like, oh, the minions got hurt? Oh, well, a sacrifice must be made, brothers. Fucking Todd.
Fucking Todd. And also, I also love how Joker apparently paid this kid off.
Right. I love how the very beginning, one of the dinner scenes with Harley, he's like, and that's what I was doing this whole time, just paying the kid to purposely call him Bang every time he came in for a smoothie. It was great, Harley. It was hilarious.
That's like another level of trolling that is like beyond expert level.
It really is. That is. You are so daggum detailed at trolling and torturing people through this light joke that you don't even get to witness. Instead, you just chuckle at the thought of, hoping that he went in that day for a smoothie to be called Bang.
Yeah. And then, of course, Todd didn't even work on Wednesdays, so it didn't matter.
It didn't matter because his job was exploded, but not Todd.
Right.
Oh, he's not here on Wednesdays. Oh, he must have changed his schedule.
It's like, Bane, how often do you drink smoothies, bruh?
Yeah, well, he said every day. Like, he said, Todd, you see me every day.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
shit.
Todd, bruh.
Yeah. But, so in the hospital scene also, it begins to play on the newsreel where it looks like Joker and Harley are back together. And they're, of course, just playing the kiss on loop.
Right. Not to push out the helicopter. Because, they probably saw that. Realistically, a news team would see that too, but whatever.
Yeah. I guess also like there's a fine line between like the news and then like media propaganda and like what's best for.
And definitely the channel that we see more often than not is not news.
Yeah.
We do see a news channel, but this was a talk show.
Yeah.
With not Vicky, the other reporter.
Yeah. The one that has the talk show on the. Yeah, well, I forget what her name is.
When it comes to DC and reporting in Gotham City, the only person I can ever think of is Vicky.
Yeah, Vicky Vale.
Vale, the classic.
Yeah.
I don't know who this new chick is.
No, I don't know.
She's a talk show host.
Yeah.
She's like wannabe Oprah Winfrey or something.
Essentially, yeah. But no, at this point, Harley does show up, and everybody kind of calls her out on her bullshit. And of course, it's never as black and white as it seems, but at the same time, it also is.
Yeah, in this case, there's layers to it, but at the same time, Harley did what she did. Yeah, and that's the sucky part because the team's right. You betrayed them for this. You know,
and you did. Yeah, you betrayed them by going with the Joker, and then you also lied as well.
Yeah.
And like no matter what your intentions were, and that's why it's hard for us as the audience because we know what her intentions were, but we also know what she did and what happened. So
we saw the mistake.
Yeah, they say the road to Arkham is paved with good intentions. So yeah.
Where'd you pull that from, buddy? What reference is that from?
Oh, I just took a old quote and
you added Arkham to it.
Yeah,
that feels like something that came from a graphic novel.
Actually, no, it didn't. Like you've heard the expression.
Well said then. Well said. Yeah. No, it's a good expression.
Yeah. The road to hell is paved with good intention. Yeah.
Well, actually, never mind. Not the episode for that either.
But no, her crew they abandoned her. So does Poison Ivy.
Which sucks because her crew's like. She began this whole season building a ragtag team of the benchwarmers.
Yes.
Well, what happens is one of the benchwarmers gets called to the main spot team. What happens when they join the big leagues, And yeah, I mean, it sucks. I want to see them work it out. And that, guys, is what made me sad. Because it's like, no, don't end the episode right now, you assholes. Give me more.
Yep.
I want to see resolution. Don't leave me uncomfortable for a week. Damn.
And then it gets even worse. We get one more scene with Poison Ivy, who tries to topple.
Oh, yeah.
She breaks in and tries to topple this organization or this company that I'm assuming it's the same company that she's been trying to topple this entire episode.
Yeah, Gotham Enterprises or something like that. It's the guys that are basically killing the forestry around Wayne or Gotham City. I keep trying to call it Wayne City.
Wayne
City. It's my city. I'm Batman.
But in an attempt to do so, there has obviously been a trap there for her the whole time. She gets gas. Poison Ivy gets poisoned, and And as she falls down, two guys walk up. They work for AIM, but different universe.
Right. Very different universe, yeah.
And they say something like, "Boss, we got her." I mean, this is Lex Luthor, right? Is that what you think?
That would make sense to me. Yep. I like the idea of it being Lex Luthor because Lex would have the resources to do such a thing. And we already know he's got the intention to do so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also know that he's that maniacal and that forward thinking to do it so as well.
Yep. He knows the buttons to press. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, yeah. I'm going to call it that. Lex. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, at least. Otherwise, it's a really weird date that Kite Man set up.
I do think. I know that they got to go for the makeup between Poison Ivy and Harley, so Harley has to be one to save her. But I would also accept Kite Man.
Right. I want Kite Man in there on the assist. I want Kite Man coming in and doing this shit. Or, Harley Quinn going to recruit Kite Man.
Oh, because he's the only one that'll...
Yeah.
Oh. Hell yeah.
Oh, we wrote an episode. Call DC Universe. Do they have a phone number?
Oh shit! Yeah, that's some good shit, man. We need to get that now. Unfortunately, I don't think next episode's gonna go that way. But
Probably
maybe episodes 11 or 12 or something like that will go that way.
Yeah.
But no, that's it for the episode, man. You got anything else on this one?
Nah, man. We watched the preview on the next one. It looks interesting because check it out. Check out the preview, guys. We talked a long time about this one. It feels like
We did, yeah. About 50 minutes.
damn.
Yeah,
That's twice as much as the episode almost.
right.
Yeah.
It is.
let's BS for about 6 more minutes and we got it. You know. Homies, thank you guys for bearing with us. We know that we tend to get a little silly. I hope you guys have been enjoying it as much as we have. Hell, if you enjoyed it half as much as we have, I'm going to call that a win too.
Absolutely, guys.
Hell yeah.
And if you also want to have a lot of fun, be sure to check out our Patreon page. That's at patreon.com/superhero homies. We just did an episode last night. What fucking movie did we watch?
The Gentleman, my good friend.
That's what it was. Like,
hell yeah.
feel like
I
we
couldn't
watched
tell
so-
if you were setting that up or
no,
faking
I was
it, but
serious.
yeah.
We watched so many movies that sometimes I'm like, what the fuck did we just finish
Bad
watching?
Boys? Oh, wait.
The Grudge?
Was that
No,
was our
no.
review of The Mandalorian? Oh, The Grudge? Oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah.
Was it our review of The Witcher? No, we haven't done that
Oh,
one
yeah,
yet.
no,
that's
that's going
next
to be
Thursday.
coming up pretty soon. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, was it a review of Kakarot? No, that's coming up in a few weeks as well. Huh. Oh, yeah. The Gentleman.
The Gentleman, absolutely. We had a blast with that review as well, guys. So
Yes, that was a little bit of a spy.
yeah, we'll also be doing the Sonic the Hedgehog movie as well. We have a lot planned for our Patreon page and a lot already on there. $1 gets you all of our movie reviews that we've done that are non-superhero based, and $3 will get you everything that we do for Patreon, including video game covers, cult classic movies, TV shows, whole 9 yards.
Oh, yeah. You got it. But yeah, guys, that's a wrap. That's where we at. Yeah.
That's it.
That's the game.
But we will be back in a couple days. And when we do come back, we'll be discussing Birds of Prey, the preview. We're going to give you guys our rundown on what we think could possibly happen.
Hell
We're
yeah.
going to give you a rundown on the characters as well, so you guys can kind of brush up on it. It's going to be really fun. But that's all I got for now, my friend.
Same here, dude.
Yeah.
This was a good one.
Fun
Till
one.
next week when we finally get some resolution and hopefully a makeup scene with a whole team.
Be better. So until then, my name is Superhero Homie Q.
And as always, I am superhero homie Kevin.